We are now joined by Musaba Al-Kaabi. He is one of the most influential figures in global energy. Mr. Al-Kaabi oversees upstream operations at state-owned ADNOC, that's the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and he joins me live from Abu Dhabi. Now, your tanker, the Barakah, was hit yesterday while transiting near Hormuz. No casualties, thankfully, but what did the incident reveal about the threat environment that ADNOC faces on a day-to-day basis?
Well, thank you for hosting me. As you highlighted, a vessel owned by ADNOC LNS was hit in an international waterway. It's unfortunate that this incident happened. What's important to us now is the safety of the crew, and I can confirm that the crew is back home and they are safe. ADNOC is taking all the measures to ensure that our system is resilient and we fulfill our commitment to our customers. I hope to see an opening of the Strait of Hormuz in the near future, and that's very critical not only for the UAE, of course, but for the global economy. This strait is so critical for global economy, for energy, for a lot of products coming through that strait.
Does anything change after an attack like that? I mean, have you already adjusted routes, security procedures and measures, as well as shipping operations to keep cargo flowing?
Well, ADNOC took a lot of measures to ensure the business continuity of our business. And, as you know, I think we have a strategic pipeline that bypass the Strait of Hormuz. So ADNOC is doing all the measures necessary to ensure that we maintain an acceptable level of our operation and meeting the commitment to our customers.
Yes, one of ADNOC's key advantage is that Fujairah pipeline that bypasses the Strait of Hormuz. Now, how much crude can you realistically move through that route today, and is it close to full capacity?
Well, I can assure you, yes, this is fully operational and it's very close to the full capacity. And that provided us with, I would say, great resilience and great flexibility, especially in a very challenging time like now, where our customers, especially in Asia, are looking for secure supplies. And as ADNOC, we're doing our best to ensure that we maintain this pipeline with an acceptable and maximum capacity to fulfill our commitments.
Speaking of doing your best, I mean, most of the Gulf crude goes to Asia, including China, and with partners like the China National Petroleum Corp, as well as other major Asian buyers relying on ADNOC. How are you maintaining supply commitments right now?
Well, let me emphasize the importance of our relationship with the Asian businesses. We have Asian businesses in our upstream operation. We have Asian players in the downstream operation. So we are, to start with, very well connected to the Asian markets. As I highlighted, I think the current circumstances are very challenging to the region, to the global economy. And we're maintaining our best endeavor to ensure that we maintain an acceptable level of operation and meeting the demand, especially in Asia. I mean, historically, if you look at ADNOC, most of our crude products, natural gas, I think is being sold to the Asian customers. So yes, in fact, this pipeline is critical. The situation is very challenging, but let me assure you that ADNOC is doing, our utmost to ensure an acceptable level of supplies is being maintained.
And you've been effectively operating in crisis mode for just a little over 2 months now. How would you rate ADNOC's resilience or its vulnerabilities?
ADNOC done a remarkable job. I would like to take this opportunity to thank every single individual in our operation, be it in the offshore or onshore, for taking all the measures to ensure that our operation are running and with the maximum safety standards. The ADNOC historically invested in a lot of resiliency, a lot of infrastructure projects to ensure an acceptable level of operation is running. Going forward, I am sure, not only for ADNOC, but a lot of energy players in the region will invest in optionality. I think it is becoming a must in our business. It's no longer an optional. And I think the last couple of months demonstrated that having optionality, investing in resilience is the right approach for an integrated energy players like us.
And you also mentioned earlier that the reopening of the strait is critical. What does a real reopening of Hormuz look like to you? I mean, is it about physical access, or is it about restoring confidence for shippers, for insurers, as well as your customers?
Both. I think this Strait of Hormuz is an international waterway governed under international law. And it's so critical for global economy. Almost 20% of the exported oil go through the Strait of Hormuz. Almost a third of the global fertilizers, and almost 25% of petrochemicals, 30% of a global helium production go through this strait. So it's very critical for the global economy that this strait goes back to unrestricted movement to serve the global economy.
Mr. Al-Kaabi, thank you very much for giving us insights to the very tough environment that you are operating under. That was Musaba Al-Kaabi, CEO of Upstream at ADNOC, live from Abu Dhabi.